Alright, in our previous lesson we learned about the major pentatonic and how we could incorporate it into our blues improvisation. Today we're going to look at a couple of our honky-tonk licks we can create with this major pentatonic. In figure 1 we have our major pentatonic in the key of C. Right there on the 8th fret is our C note, which is our root. That's the big difference between the major and minor pentatonic. The minor pentatonic would use the same pattern, but its root would be right there on that first note of the scale pattern. And if we played that same pattern, it would be in A minor. But since we're playing in the key of C today, we are using the 8th fret as our root. We're playing that same pattern. And with the different chord, it's going to sound different. Because we got our C, because we're playing in C. And if we was playing the A minor pentatonic, we'd be playing it over A or A minor. And it gives it the scale a totally different sound. But again, we are playing in the key of C. So if you look at figure 2 is a perfect example of a nice little honky-tonk sounding lick that you could employ into any of your blues improvisation. We're just simply bending on the 7th fret of the G string, bending up a full step, and then we'll use our pinky to fret that 8th fret of the B string. And you could play both notes at the same time. Pre-bend and then let it down. There's lots of different things you can do. And figure 3 is quite similar. We're on the B and high A strings and we're doing kind of the same thing. We're going to bend on the 8th fret of the B string and we're going to use our pinky to play the 8th fret of the high E. We could combine figure 2 and figure 3 together in a more elaborate lick. And you know, we can connect it to the rest of the scale pattern. Figure 4 is another example of a lick using the major pentatonic. We got a little bit of honky-tonk bending at the end. We'll use it, start with a C chord to give us our reference. Now let's see what that would sound like if it was that same lick using the A minor pentatonic. There's back to the C. So maybe that can serve as a good example for you how the two different will sound. We can play a lot of these same licks over A minor, but that major pentatonic just has these types of licks. The honky-tonk sounding licks is what works best with the major pentatonic. So I, spend a little time playing with these licks, and go back between your C chord and your A to kind of get a feel for the different sound of the two scales. Because again, it's the same pattern, just the notes, root notes are different. So to create the difference there, you really need to put in context with your backing chords. And in the next lesson, we will practice going between major and minor pentatonics with a jam track, and hopefully that'll put it more better context for you. So until then, we'll see you.